Hello, and thanks for tuning into another Monarch Snapshot video. My name is Greg Stilson, and I lead the Global Technology Innovations team here at the American Printing House for the Blind. So today we're going to walk through a pretty common exercise in a math class, and that is basically answering a question that is on a worksheet or a curriculum or from a textbook in a Microsoft Word document, but we're going to answer it with an image of a graph. So quite often, the question will give an equation that you have to graph and create a graph and maybe extract information off of that graph, like x-intercept or y-intercept, or just showing that you graphed that exercise or that equation correctly. So what we're going to do is I'm currently sitting in a Microsoft Word document here in my keyword application. And what we're going to do is I've written my name and it says Algebra 2 and I'm on question number 1. What I'm going to do is I need to graph an equation and then paste that image of the graph into my Microsoft Word document that I could turn into my classroom teacher. So what we're going to do this is use our Desmos powered graphing calculator called KeyMath, which is found on the main menu. And we're going to, at that point, open up KeyMath, graph the expressions, and then come back and paste the image of those graphs into the keyword or Microsoft Word document here. So to do that, I could go all the way to my main menu, find KeyMath, and open it. But instead, what I'm going to do is use a keyboard shortcut that we have because we know that keyword, the word processor, and the graphing calculator are going to be used in conjunction with each other. So what we're going to do is use that keyboard shortcut, the backspace with the letter M, and that shortcut, is just like any other shortcut, could be found in the context menu of the device itself. So I could either press and hold that square button or press space with M anywhere to access the context menu. But I know that keyboard shortcut is backspace and the letter M to go to the KeyMath application. So I'm going to press that now.
KeyMath. Expressions list. Press space with N to enter a new expression. KeyMath expression, name of edit box. KeyMath.
And what I'm going to do is
KeyMath. Expressions list.
press space with N to enter a new expression.
KeyMath expression, name of edit box.
And it says for me to type in an expression. I see it says KeyMath expression Nemeth, so it's telling me I'm typing in Nemeth Braille. And I'm going to type in the expression 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals y. And I just type that in Nemeth Braille. I'm going to press the Enter key.
KeyMath.
And now I see that expression has been graphed. I see the expression now with a symbol saying that it graphed successfully. The abbreviation GE precedes the expression here of 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals y. Now at this point, visually, it's on the screen. That expression is on the screen and a sighted teacher could see it. Now to make that tactile, I'm going to use, once again, a shortcut that could be found in the context menu of Enter and the letter G to create a tactile graph. And it's created that graph, and I see a zoomed in version of that graph. Now the first thing I often like to do is I like to zoom this out so I see the whole picture at once. So I'm tapping that zoom out button with the minus sign just a few times, and now I see that I have an upwards facing parabola here, and I could even point and click, use that point and click gesture by just touching with my index finger and double clicking the action button between dots 1 and 4.
6.3, 2.2. 5.7, 2.2.
So I'm touching in the parabola, and at this point,
1.1, 2.0.
1.1, 2.0. So as I'm touching these, it's giving me the points of exactly where I've touched. At this point now, what I can do is hit the back button or the left-facing triangle button. And we're back at our expressions list. Now what I can do is even add a second expression here. I'm going to press space with N to add another expression.
KeyMath expression, name of edit box.
And I'm going to just type in x plus 4 equals y. And I'm going to press the Enter key. And I'm going to see that graphed as well.
KeyMath. Key math.
So now I'm going to graph another expression by pressing space with the letter N.
Key math expression. Name of edit
And I'm going to
box.
type in
Key math.
x plus 4 equals y.
That's 3, 4,
And press the
5,
Enter
6
key.
deleted. Key math.
And now I see I have two expressions here. I have the original 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals y, and that is graph enabled. And now I have a second expression, x plus 4 equals y. And I'm going to press the Enter key, or Enter with G. So now I have two expressions graphed here, and they both have GE, showing me they're graph enabled. I have 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals y, and I have x plus 4 equals y. At this point, I'm going to press Enter and the letter G to graph those.
Key math.
And it's graphed it. And now what I'm going to do is press the zoom out button so I see it more in detail. And what I see now is I still have that upwards facing parabola, but now I have a diagonal line going from bottom left to top right that kind of cuts or bisects those the parabola at this point. So what I can do here is, now that I've created this graph, and this is really what makes the KeyMath tactile graphing app pretty incredible, is that for a blind student before, they would have had to use things like wiki sticks on a piece of Braille graph paper and tried to turn that in, but they wouldn't be able to really see things changing in real time. So if you change that, let's say +4 to a -4 or -4 to a +4, the student would have to manually graph that themselves to actually see how that would change the graph. But here it's as simple as graphing that expression, going in and editing it, and regraphing it at that point. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to hit the back button again. And now I'm going to export this to the clipboard. So I'm going to press backspace and the letter E, which is the command to export to the clipboard.
Please wait. Edit box. End of document.
And it has put me right back
Text
into
copied.
my document right under the number 1. And what I'm going to do is paste that expression that I just graphed. I'm going to paste an image of that graph. So I'm going to press backspace and the letter V, which is the command for paste, to paste that image.
Space. Pasted.
And now it's pasted that image. And what I see in Braille here is I actually see the Braille expression 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals y, and x plus 4 equals y. What I'm going to do here is to actually see the visual image of that graph. I'm going to go into our print preview, which is Enter and the letter V, another keyboard shortcut that can be found in our context menu. And you're now seeing a print preview of that graphic. And this is what the classroom teacher would see if I chose to copy this Microsoft Word file onto a thumb drive and give it to them to turn in my homework. Thanks for watching another Snapshot video from your friends here at APH and Humanware.